shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Behave yourselves!
Hello YouTubers out there, this is Jerry Saravia at the movies. So the new Indiana Jones movie is about to be released in 2 days, and I will not be able to see it on opening weekend. I don't even know about the following week or the week after that because my workload is insane. Today is the first day I've had off, and as usual when I have a day off, it's hard to muster the energy to do just about anything. So, you know, I'm getting a little older, but I just have, there were people that quit and are about to quit where I work, and this means possibly 10-12 hour days. So, alright, there's that. However, I do want to tell a story about Raiders of the Lost Ark that I haven't really told before. Back in 1983, when the film came out on VHS, I was looking at the film a lot, obviously because I was a huge fan of it, and my father had bought the VHS tape, which I think at that time might have been $39.99, maybe $29.95, I'm not sure. And it was one of those movies that, as some of you know, I had a certain obsession with, and I would watch repeatedly and this and that and the other. So often I would watch it again if my parents weren't home. And so one time I made the mistake of putting it on at 4 in the morning, and at that time we had this TV that had 2 stereo speakers. It was one of those old-fashioned ones that looked like a piece of furniture. It was all connected, so the sound was pretty good, at least for those days, you know. And VHS hi-fi stereo, you know. So I put it on at 4 in the morning, and my parents were sleeping, and we had an old Magnafox VCR. It was the kind that it wasn't a front-loading mechanism, that is to say in the front of the VCR, but rather on the top of it. So you pushed it up and it ejected it and made a lot of noise when it did that. And I was watching the movie, and I heard my father getting up. I think it was close to 5:30, 6 a.m. So I stopped it. We lived in an apartment in those days, so it was all one floor. And I was watching in the living room, and I knew that if I hit the eject button, it would make too much noise, and you could hear me opening the VCR and taking out the cassette. So I left it in there, and then my father came in and saw that there was a tape in there, obviously, because he heard the noise, I'm sure. And so very quickly he told me, take this tape. It's the kind of person my father was. Take the tape and throw it down. We had a chute that led to the garbage compactor. And throw it in the trash. So I had the tape, and I actually marched down the hall to the garbage chute and threw it away. We were on the 3rd floor, and it did occur to me, well, maybe if I hit it in the staircase leading up to the roof, maybe he won't look. But then I thought, he's going to look, and if he sees it, I'll probably get in more trouble. So that's my little Raiders story. It's just one of those things. It's a movie that even you know, today occasionally I'll just watch the opening sequence. I mean, I haven't really gotten over it. But during the 90s, I actually didn't see the movie much at all, any of them, for a while during the 90s, and then eventually I started looking back at those movies again. First 3 I'd seen repeatedly, so, you know, it's just one of those things. But, yeah, that's my little Raiders story. It's not really a happy memory, what happened, but it happened nonetheless. And I even thought, oh, I can put it back of my pants with the shirt down. He won't notice that I'm bringing it back in, but I didn't do that. So, well, you know, sometimes these things happen. So, are there any stories like that for any of you out there? Certain childhood memories of movies that you loved, that you got on VHS or whatever, or it could be later on DVD, that you had an obsession of and you had to get rid of because you were watching it too often, your parents wouldn't want you to have her or whatever. Any stories of that nature, or even about, indie. So let me your thoughts. Tell me what you think, and so hit like and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. So this is Jerry Saravia the Movies, signing off.